Now for every class, Miss Bay, Manon, for every class there is an ass.
We got to talk about the back of the classroom. The back of the classroom exists.
Now, I chose the ass of the week. I want Manon to know. I want everybody to know I chose the ass of the week. Manon did not choose the ass of the week.
Thank you. I thank you for that disclaimer. I appreciate that.
I chose this ass of the week. And I'm going to tell you why I chose him as the ass of the week.
Because you don't like the truth. That's fine. That's fine.
Somebody help me. He provided no beyond. Okay, so he had the one thing about Cedric stealing his joke, right? So I went back and I actually listened to the jokes. Okay, I listened to.
Thank you for the disclaimer coming up. I appreciate you. I may say he is not in this either. He did not choose the ass. This does not reflect Pyro Media.
I went and I listened to the jokes, and I was like, okay, so I can see him saying my joke inspired Cedric's joke, but the jokes are completely different. Yeah,
is that how you gonna play this?
The jokes are completely different.
Oh my gosh, that is no different. That is no different than somebody taking your song and changing a few lyrics and saying, I think this was inspired by Walter, but this is not his song. Like, what?
So
instead of sex in the rain, they're talking about sex in the thunderstorm. And it's totally different. It's totally different, though.
But believe it, that does happen.
So how you feel? Like what?
That happens. It's a part of art. You know, the biggest form of flattery is for someone to mimic. But
I'm gonna let you get it out, Walter. Go ahead. I'm gonna be respectful because I like you.
Yeah. So all he did, in my opinion, was spend 2 hours bitching about everybody else and what everybody else did, big up in himself. I don't know him personally. I just feel like we could have got a lot more information about Cat Williams. We could have learned more about Cat Williams than him exposing everybody else for 2.5 hours. It was
I think after his 20th special, he might do documentary. My point is, though, Walter, like there's no respectful way for one artist to steal another artist and not to credit. One of the things that, I don't know, school teaches you to do is cite your source. So even if you had an inspiration from somebody else's art, you still need to credit them. And as people who are getting up there doing comedy, they do not credit anyone.
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but this hole right here, excuse me, but the hole in the comment section.
And this is where the Capricorn split, right here. This is,
Excuse me, but that hole in the Capricorn section in the comments. I'm just waiting. Okay.
But so you credit the people that inspired the work. If you are doing things on the up and up, you're going to credit them, right? And so Cat Williams didn't have to give receipts. He gave information so everybody else can go and do their homework. And so what ended up happening was all of this information started to surface. If nothing else, let's say that what Cat Williams was saying was not all fully, completely true. Let's just put that out there. I don't believe everything.
Okay.
People have their perspective. People have their feelings. People have their side of a situation that occurred, right? So I don't believe everything that everyone says, but there is some truth to things that he put out there, and that stuff is coming to the surface. All of the comedians that he said absolutely stole bits from other people and full on sets from people. It's all hidden in the internet. I don't have to necessarily pull it out. They showed the Cedric the Entertainer one. They showed the Steve Harvey one. They showed I even saw the video with what's his face with Bernie Mac talking about how the industry really rose and telling comedians to not do their comedy in rooms of comedians because other comedians will steal their shit. So I
don't want anybody to think I am advocating for people stealing people's shit. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm.
So why are you calling him the ass of the week?
I'm calling him the ass of the week because instead of him you had 2 hours to give us some insight, and all I heard was conspiracy this, conspiracy that, some shit he done already said. So he done already called out Cedric for stealing this. This is not new information. He
No,
is
but Cedric
recycling
came on.
he is
No, that's not
recycling
true.
old information.
That's not
And
how it went down, Walter.
then he's shooting shots at Kevin Hart, and I'm like, bro, if you're not gonna
That's
put
not
the
how it went
receipts
down.
out here, how did it go down? How did it go down?
It went down like he settled whatever beefs with people years ago. There are some people he decided that he was going to stay away from, Cat Williams. He was just going to keep his distance. And then there are others he said, we made peace, we cool, moving on. Then they came on to Shannon's show. They came on Shay Shay Club Shay Shay, my bad, and decided to open up some of these conversations and putting more lies out there. So then Cat Williams said, absolutely not. We're not going to allow these things to stand. I'm going to come on here and set the record straight. And I'm going to send y'all where y'all need to go so y'all can get the correct information.
So we're saying everyone that he attacked in that special went on Club Shay Shay and had stuff to say about Cat Williams?
I'm going to say...
I mean, he put Tiffany Haddish out there. He put Kevin Hart out there.
He said that there are gatekeepers. And individuals, if they are open to really allowing true artistry on display from wherever it comes from, whether it be him as Cat Williams or anybody else, then their artwork should be able to stand. They should be able to promote for themselves. They should be able to grow in this industry. He said that Kevin Hart is one of the gatekeepers because he has signed deals behind closed doors to move his career forward. And he has brought in individuals such as Tiffany Haddish because she came through the door that he opened. So he gave that as an example of...
You're cleaning that up very well.
I'm just saying, because I listened.
No, you listen, but you're also filtering because he said that Kevin Hart was stealing roles from him, basically. Like, he would come to him with roles.
He didn't say he was stealing roles. He said there was roles that he turned down.
When he turned the role down, then Kevin Hart would take the role and do everything that they asked to do because he was turning the roles down because he was going to survive in Hollywood these 30 years with his virgin booty hole.
Right. So he might have called him out a little bit on some backdoor things. But how much of that is true or not? We don't know. Right? Exactly. So, allegedly, we don't know.
Go watch the special. You hear what I'm saying. You ain't got to dig with what I'm saying. He actually said what I'm saying.
No. Cat Williams did say that. Okay. He did say that individuals who are selling themselves to make it big in Hollywood and to be a part of the elite circle or whatever are selling themselves in multiple ways. They are selling out on their talent. They are agreeing to play certain roles in movies, and they are also offering up their boot holes for roles. He absolutely said all of that. And yes, he did name Kevin Hart in that list of people. Okay. He did not say that Kevin Hart is stealing parts from him. What he did say is there are parts that he has turned down himself, and then he sees Kevin Hart playing them on screen. That is what he said.
I agree. I do agree that 2024 absolutely be a year of exposure. But I'm gonna need us to require some receipts, and I'm gonna need us to require more than someone sitting down saying some stuff we low key agree with or everybody been thinking, or if they're willing to just state publicly some silent rumors that have been in the back room. If they're willing to state it out loud, let's come with some receipts. Let's require some type of.
But Walter, come on now,
I don't agree with how he did it. I don't agree with how, and then I don't agree with him. He catching strays that didn't do it. Like, if someone offered you a role and you turned it down, and then I take it, you can't be mad at me because I took it.
No, it's not that he was mad. That's not where he's coming from. You didn't hear it right. You didn't hear it right.
You can't be bitter because when I took it, I did my big thing and I big up, and now my career is on a whole nother level, a whole other playing level than yours. At some point, you have to realize you rejected it. I took it. I did my thing. Now you had the opportunity to do your thing, right? You said no, so I took it. I did my thing. So now our careers on two different playing levels. You can now say I sold my soul. And all I did was say yes when you said no, and it doesn't mean I said yes to have sex with nobody. It didn't mean I didn't need backdoor deals. All of it was I took a script and then I went and killed it at the box office. That's all that is.
So, Walter, for the sake of time, we're gonna move on because we're gonna have to come back because we're gonna also cover delusions at some point. But
right, because
like,
because we definitely got to cover delusions because he's talking about Kevin Hart is a plant and he don't have a long history of comedy. And
no. What he said was Kevin Hart's information is incorrect because there's no way that he was doing comedy on the West Coast when he's from the East Coast. And nobody had heard of him until a certain point. So he had to have made a deal to make it big. Now you and I both know that it doesn't matter what institution that you're coming from. The institution of Hollywood got a lot of crooked shit. And it's time for it to come to light. So it's not a matter of Cat Williams needs to have everything on text message, videos. He needs to record conversations. But here's the thing. You know, and I know that when people are doing sneaky shit, there's not always evidence, right? But it is now for people to think about their choices when it comes to, betting on people, when it comes to who you support, when it comes to even who you not cheer for and go hard for, because we don't know these people. They are entertainers, and you need to leave them as such, entertainers.
Absolutely. But we also know if you're going to call somebody out, you got to have proof.
That's what's wrong with R. Kelly. That's what's wrong with P. Diddy. That's what's wrong with Harvey Weinstein. That's what's wrong with all of them, is they cover their tracks so much to where even the people that are speaking the truth now say, I want evidence that you have been mistreated in all kind of ways.
There is evidence, though. The problem
so
is
Kevin Hart said, "Go find it." Williams said, "Go find it."
When the evidence is out there and we turn a blind eye, so we may have to do we're gonna have to revisit this one. Okay.
I mean, Cat Williams said, "Go find it."
Production said, "Go find it." Production says we need to move on. We'll come back to this one because he's definitely the ass of the